Hi Randall, thanks for dropping a line back to me. Hope all is well on your end. This is Jeff from Landscaping Marketing, and as you know, I created a small video to help you attract more customers to your website. Please have a look at this video to see what can be done in order to start outranking your competitors and get more calls from customers in and surrounding your service area. So if you happen to have any questions or remarks, feel free to connect with me anytime. So without further ado, let's jump into the video and let's get started. So here we have your website. First of all, I like the overall layout of the website. It's easy on the eye and it's easy to maneuver. I also like the combination of colors that you put into it, the green and the purple. I see that your website is currently created with WordPress, which is always a good platform, which I'm familiar with as well. I like the fact that you already incorporated a click-to-call phone number on your website, because the quicker a customer can get in touch with you, the better. I also see that you have a special coupon in place for first-time customers. Again, something that will attract customers, so well done. And also to gain trust, I see that you also added certificates on your homepage, which is also a pretty good thing. So from what I can see right now is that you have a proper website that is easy to read, easy to get in touch with you, and also creates trust with help of the certificates at the bottom of your page. But customers do, however, first need to find your website when searching for a landscaper in the Pasadena area. So how are you able to improve your rankings on Google and therefore attract more customers to your website? Let's find out. So I would first like to run by a few key components that will help rank you higher in Google. But before I do this, I first want to explain how Google actually works. So let's hover over to Google. So here we are. Google can actually be seen as a popularity contest. The more popular you become, so the more that people or other businesses are talking about your company and the service that you provide, the higher you will rank in Google. So Google's first page is actually where you want to be ranked on. Nobody will be looking for a service on page 2, 3 or 4 if page 1 is already providing them with enough options. So let's explain how Google is actually set up. At the top, we have the paid advertisements, where you will need to pay for each and every click from a potential customer. No need to worry about these so-called paid ads, as most people only look at the Google Map Pack, which includes validated and trusted companies. So Google's Map Pack can be found below the paid advertisements. And this is actually where you want your company to be in. Moving over, below Google's Map Pack, we see the organic part of Google. So, how are you able to get into Google's Map Pack and the organic part of Google? Well, let's start off with Google's Map Pack. Again, it's all about being popular. But this is where the amount of citations come in place. In order to earn a spot in Google's Map Pack, you will need to create a Google My Business account and verify this. And once verified, you will need to get citations. So what is a citation exactly? Well, a citation is an online mentioning of your company's name, your company's address, and your company's phone number in an online directory. You already mentioned that you are currently getting work from Yelp. Yelp is actually one of those online directories. You have other directories such as TripAdvisor, Yellow Pages, etc. So you need to be mentioned in those online directories in order to rank in Google's Map Pack. The more your company gets mentioned in those online directories, the higher you will rank in this Map Pack. So the volume of citations are of great importance to rank high in this pack. But you will also need to rank high in the organic part of Google to earn your spot in Google's Map Pack. So how can you rank your website high in the organic part of Google? Well, this is where the following key components come into place. So first off, you will need to have great content. And when I say great content, it needs to be relevant to the services that you are providing and include the keywords in which you want your potential customers to find you. So what's the volume of content that you actually need? Well, when it comes to your actual homepage, Google mentions that you actually need to have a minimum of between 1,000 and 1,500 words on your homepage alone to be able to rank high in Google. When it comes to your service pages, you will need to have at least 500 words per service page. So if you are unsure about the whole content thing, hover over to Google, type in any given celebrity, hit the search button and see which website comes out on top. 9 out of 10 times it's Wikipedia. But why? Check out their content. Content is actually key when it comes to ranking high in Google, which is why you will always see Wikipedia ranking so high, because they have some killer content on their website. Another key component when it comes to ranking high organically in Google is the amount of backlink that a website has. So what is a backlink exactly? Well, a backlink can be seen as a vote or a referral. So the more people or businesses are referring to your company and your services online, the higher you will rank. You currently have 3 referrals going back to your website. But please remember that not every referral is created equally, as it depends on the website which is giving the referral. So the actual power of that referral depends on the power of the website where that referral is coming from. Again, it's all about being popular. The more your company gets named, the more trust your company will gain. So, as I was saying earlier, you definitely want to be ranking high in the Google search results, and preferably on the first page of Google, and then preferably, let's say, in the top 3. So let's compare some competition in the Pasadena area to see and to compare the numbers that you currently have versus somebody who's already ranking on page 1 of Google. So let's find out. Let's see. Let's compare tree and landscaping, John's tree and landscaping, since he's ranking on number 7, and I believe that Waterwise Landscapes is currently not ranking on the first page of Google at all. So that would be a good comparison. So first, let's hover over to Waterwise, and here let's look at the homepage. We first see the homepage when it comes to content. You have some content on your website, but it's probably around the area of, let's say, 300 or 400 words. Let's compare it to treeandlandscaping.com. So treeandlandscaping.com actually doesn't have that much content on the homepage, but they do, however, have a lot more service pages which also include content. So the overall content of the website of, in this particular case, treeandlandscaping.com is higher than yours. So for you to be able to outrank Tree and Landscaping, we need to crank up the amount of quality and quantity content on your current website. So let's check out another key component which I mentioned, which was backlinks. So you currently have 3 backlinks. Good, but it could be better. So let's compare the amount of backlinks that you have versus Tree and Landscaping. And Tree and Landscaping has 19 referrals. So they have 16 more than you guys currently have. If you look at some other numbers, because like I mentioned, not every backlink is created equally and some websites have more power than others, let's hover over to the amount of power that your website currently has. And I'm not going to bore you with what it actually stands for. You just need to remember that all of these numbers needs to be as close to 100 as possible. So you currently have 1069. Let's hover over to tree and landscaping and see what numbers they have. Yeah, their numbers are higher. Not all of them, but if you put them all together, the number is actually higher, which goes to show, because that's why treeandlandscaping.com is ranking higher than your website currently is ranking. So before I forget, I also wanted to show another quick thing to you, because you were mentioning that you were getting lots of work from Yelp. But I have a special tool in place that can show you how many searches were performed by people when it comes to landscaping in Pasadena this month alone. So in this particular month, in March, people were actually searching. There were 210 searches performed for a landscaper in the Pasadena area. So this goes to show that there's plenty potential, especially if your website is ranking at the top of Google, because customers will then be able to find you and will be calling you for your services instead of the current competition. So I think that's it for now. Let's wrap up this video, and I hope that this little screencast has helped you out. Of course, you can reach out to me if you have any questions or remarks, or if you are in need of necessary assistance in order to get the best results. I would like to schedule in a short call to hear about your goals and visions for 2020, and perhaps work something out to get more customers to your company. I would like to wish you a good day and hopefully speak to you soon. Cheers, Jeff.